On November 29, 2001, over 50 people representing the Tri-Cities LGBTQ+ and ally community met at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Midland. The purpose of this meeting was to move forward to establish a new chapter of the Triangle Foundation, an anti-violence organization founded in 1991. Triangle Foundation would later expand to include political advocacy and policy work, becoming our current statewide advocacy organization, Equality Michigan. Shortly after that initial meeting, another community gathering was held in Midland to announce the formation of the Triangle Foundation Saginaw Valley chapter. On March 21, 2002, articles of incorporation were filed to establish Triangle Foundation Saginaw Valley chapter as an independent nonprofit organization known as Saginaw Valley GLBT Group, also known as Perceptions. The purpose of the organization was to provide educational services and activities in an effort to secure freedom and prevent discrimination, intimidation, and violence for the LGBTQ+ community in our region. For 17 years, Perceptions served the Great Lakes Bay region and grew to include new programs and services to meet the changing needs of our communities. In 2020, following the conclusion of a multi-year strategic planning process, the organization updated its identity to become Great Lakes Bay Pride. Our mission at Great Lakes Bay Pride is to provide inclusive sexual orientation and gender identity and expression, education, advocacy, networking, and resources to individuals and organizations in the Great Lakes Bay region and beyond. We are proud to celebrate 20 years of service to our regional community this year. The past 2 years have presented unprecedented challenges for so many here at home and around the world. Despite these challenges, Great Lakes Bay Pride continues to make great strides forward in our initiatives, programs, and services. We continue to provide opportunities for networking, support, and advocacy. Our monthly transgender support group and Friday night networking events have moved back to in-person gatherings from their virtual formats with increased participation. Our Harmony Diversity Choir returned to the rehearsal room after a 1.5-year hiatus. In the second half of 2021, our Harmony Diversity Choir made 6 public appearances to share our message of inclusion through song, including performing the national anthem at the opening ceremonies of the 2021 Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational. Last year, we again reimagined the Great Lakes Bay Pride Festival as celebrating pride at home. During the month of June, we distributed 1,000 yard signs throughout the Great Lakes Bay region, a 67% increase over 2020. Over the past 2 years, we distributed 1,600 yard signs in the region through the Celebrating Pride at Home initiative. We collaborated with the Great Lakes Loons and Dow Glad to host Pride Night at the Loons and an inclusive social outing at Larkin Beer Garden. Later in June, over 20 volunteers from Great Lakes Bay Pride, Dow Glad, and KPMG jointly distributed 25,000 pounds of food for the East Side Soup Kitchen in Saginaw.
It is essential that we have these partnerships, and we are so grateful because we would not be able to do it on our own. Therefore, we wouldn't be able to help the hundreds and hundreds of people that we're doing. Like they say for a child, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it takes a village, partnerships to feed the hungry.
It's been eye-opening just to see the need in the community, and Dow and Glad and Great Lakes Bay Pride are definitely happy to be able to help and happy to be able to give back to the community.
We led and participated in webinars and virtual events throughout Pride Month, including a collaborative effort with New York City Youth Pride to pack and distribute 30 Pride boxes to youth across the region. In August, volunteers gathered to host Dry Dock Beer Garden in downtown Bay City, and we closed out the year welcoming family and friends to a holiday social at the Saginaw Club. We look forward to returning to our in-person Great Lakes Bay Pride Festival coming up on June 25th in downtown Bay City, and a number of other exciting opportunities throughout the year. Visit our online calendar at greatlakesbaypride.org to learn more. Our dedicated volunteer committees moved forward on 3 of our major growth initiatives throughout the past year, and this work will continue into 2022. First, the Collaborative Network, an initiative to strategize with like-minded organizations on LGBTQ+ programming and support, continues development with many partner organizations eager to collaborate with us. Second, our new online directory system of welcoming and inclusive businesses and service providers is nearly ready to launch. This will be a valuable resource for our LGBTQ+ and ally community members seeking supportive and safe service providers who affirm inclusion and support our mission. Finally, Great Lakes Bay Pride chartered a feasibility study committee to determine the needs, requirements, and available resources for developing a physical, safe space and home for Great Lakes Bay Pride in the near future. In recognition and celebration of our 20th anniversary this year, Great Lakes Bay Pride is undertaking a project aimed at collecting histories from members of the community about their life and experiences here in the Great Lakes Bay region and their involvement with our organization over the years.
I think I probably fall in the category of many where we're the last persons to figure it out. I mean, everybody else has already figured it out. So when I moved to Midland, it gave me a little more freedom to do things. And, I joined Dow. It was a supportive organization, but it took me several years at Dow before I thought I could truly be out. And, but the other thing that causes you to be much more out is that when you meet somebody. I actually sent an email to Perceptions, and I said, I'm looking at job opportunities. One is in your area. I'm very curious just what is it like to be a gay man there? What is the gay community like? And Tim, the president at the time of the board of Perceptions, took that email and forwarded it on to 5 different people in Midland, and all of them wrote me long emails back to tell me all about the organization, about the community, what it was like. I did go to the Thanksgiving potluck, and it just happened that someone introduced me to Chris because Chris lived in Midland. Mm-hmm. So they thought that was important. So Chris and I talked for a while. The next day, I got this email. And Chris had put 2 and 2 together more than I had. Chris sent an email and said, were you somebody who sent an email out in the middle of the summer thinking about moving to our area? And he said, I think I wrote you an email.
I got to a point where a headhunter called, and they presented a job, and I thought that it would be a good job move, but I had to come out to the headhunter and say, I need domestic benefits, domestic partner benefits, and if this is going to be a problem, just tell me now, because I don't want to fight a battle. I just want to do my job, and I don't want any surprises down the road. So they offered me the job, and I said, I'm not going to accept until you flush this out. I said this to the headhunter. She came back and said, no, they want you, everything's fine. So I made the job change, and it was a good experience. And then when we got to Midland, again, my job was at a place where I felt that we were grounded, and I could do some volunteer work again. And so that's, we reached out and got involved with Perceptions, and Perceptions was looking for more board members, and so I was asked to be on the board, and so that kind of started it, and got more and more involved to where I am today. So I've been serving as the board chair or board president for the past 4 years.
We'll continue to share videos like these throughout the year and beyond. I'd like to thank Dr. Jennifer Vanette for the invaluable guidance on this project, and the Castle Museum for partnering with us to archive these histories and other resources.
Having served as president of the board for the past 4 years and being on the board since 2013, I've seen the organization grow and achieve some very significant milestones over these past few years, in part due to the support that we've received from everyone here attending tonight. We want to thank you for your participation and look forward to our continued growth together. Thank you.
On behalf of the Great Lakes Bay Pride Board of Directors and our LGBTQ+ and ally community, I would like to thank you for your continued support of our mission and our vision to create communities that inspire engagement, equality, and respect for all. Great Lakes Bay Pride created the Stonewall Legacy Award in 2019 as recognition for a lifetime of exceptional volunteer service and substantial positive impact on the organization and community. Tonight, we recognize Christopher N. Lauckner for over 17 years of leadership, service, counsel, and impact on perceptions in Great Lakes Bay Pride, our broader LGBTQ+ and ally community, and on our Great Lakes Bay region. Chris was introduced to Perceptions in 2005 after experiencing the sudden loss of his partner of over 13 years. Perceptions provided support, friendships, and a safe space to experience his grieving process. Chris began regularly participating in programs and events and became an active volunteer. Chris co-led the organization's 10th anniversary holiday gala celebration in 2012, which saw the highest holiday gala attendance in the organization's history. In 2013, Chris joined the Perceptions Board of Directors and was elected chair of the board the following year. For the next 4 years, the organization experienced rapid growth and expansion due, in large part, to his leadership and vision. Chris's professional experience in public health, hospice management and spiritual care, and ministry provided a unique approach to his nonprofit leadership. In 2014, Chris and the board of directors determined the organization's approach had to change with the times. Perceptions became much more publicly visible and sought out partnerships and collaborations to grow and contribute more intentionally to support our regional LGBTQ+ community. Over Chris's tenure, Perceptions conducted a multi-year strategic planning process to set goals in line with the needs of the community. In 2014, Chris led the organization in securing a multi-year $100,000 grant through the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services to support smoking cessation education, the #1 killer of LGBTQ+ individuals. In 2016, he founded the Harmony Diversity Choir, the first inclusive LGBTQ+ and ally choir in the region, to share the message of diversity, inclusion, and equity through song. He secured resources and coordinated an LGBTQ+ elder care resource guide in partnership with Sage Metro Detroit and Region 7 Area Agency on Aging, which inspired our new online directory of welcoming and inclusive businesses and service providers. Most substantially, Chris led the board in bringing the area's Pride Festival into the Perceptions portfolio of programs and renaming it the Great Lakes Bay Pride Festival, which has grown to be the premier LGBTQ+ and ally event in the region and respected throughout the state. In addition to these major program initiatives, Chris consistently advocated for the LGBTQ+ community at the local, state, and national level. In 2018, with support from the board, Chris transitioned from his role as board chair to become Perceptions executive director. Chris held this volunteer role until October of 2019, when Perceptions reached a strategic milestone of hiring its first full-time paid executive director. Following his service, Chris was recognized by the board as chair emeritus. Great Lakes Bay Pride is proud to present Chris Lauckner with the Stonewall Legacy Award in recognition of his exceptional leadership, service, and contributions to this organization, to our Great Lakes Bay region community, and to the LGBTQ+ rights movement.